Henry's got it at the wing and finds Thomas at the opposite one. Back to the point guard stick. Working the perimeter to Thomas. Lions looking for a post entry here. Can't find anything. James backdoor, nice cut. Hops. And this is to Nicholas Joseph. Corner looks not there. James gives it up. Henry, step back. Three's on its way. Too strong. Joseph's there for the rebound. Long possession here for La Salette. James, careless pass, nearly stolen. Henry helps him out and gets it back. Top of the key. Vaperone spins, shoots. Short. And Marshall will finally end this long possession for La Salette and go the other way. Nice look inside. Can't quite get it, but the rebound is there. And Marshall opens up the scoreboard.
Marshall looking like they got a lot more size here in this JV team. I mean, rebounding there for La Salette was just not even close. Marshall all over the boards.
Nice pass to Joseph, and he gets fouled. Good aggressive pass there from McBaperone, finding the opposite block, and Joseph had some room to work with. He's fouled on his way up, and he'll have 2 shots.
Certainly excellent ball movement to get things started.
Yeah, like you were saying, though, Marshall definitely looks like a bigger team for sure.
Yeah, I think that's due to the lack of, Lawrence Holman and Zeke Mendoza not playing tonight. Those guys typically play some JV minutes. But, yeah, biggest guy on the court right now for La Salette is Zach Mendoza. Barely 6 foot tall, so definitely some size advantage for Marshall as they'll box that one out.
Marshall clinging to a narrow 2-1 lead. Cross-court pass finds the block. It's up. Too strong. Tipped. Joseph tracks it down. Good rebound for the freshman.
That is a heck of a play there by Nicholas Joseph. Massively outsized on that one. He's going to have a huge impact on that one. It's going the other direction.
Yeah, he always gives it 100%. All 4 quarters. That's definitely a great thing to see as he's just a freshman. So, he's developed greatly this season as well. Henry crosses over. James has it baseline but can't get it. Sloppy pass from Sick. It's a long pass for a small point guard like that to make. Maybe James needs to pull a little bit closer to him, make that pass a little easier, but definitely a careless pass from Sick. Marshall is fouled. It's a shooting foul, and their guard will go to the line for 2. Stuckley's first is off the mark. He has one more to try and tie it up at 2.
Yeah, I was watching Stuckley shoot during warm-ups. He was knocking it down from the corner. Watch out. This team has shooters, and if you give them open looks, could be trouble.
Stuckley's second is short. Goes 0 for 2. I think Vaperone has it for La Salette. Up ahead quickly. Drive to his right, and this is a Sick at the wing. Burns his man, pulls up. Short. Marshall's there for yet another rebound. Oh! Henry doesn't give up on that play. Aggressive steal and an absolutely horrible pass to nowhere stolen by Marshall.
Yeah, that might have been the slowest reaction I've ever seen. Go on, yeah.
Trying to pass into triple coverage there. It's not going to work. Ball is over the place. A Lion dives into the floor. I believe it's Betts. It is. Great hustle. Draws a jump ball.
Will favor Marshall, but great hustle there by Nick Betts.
Sumner dishes it back. Gets it at the wing. Stuckley spins. Calling for it, doesn't get it back. Sumner goes to work, finds the block. Double teamed by Mendoza. And Vaperone, Zach got a little too handsy there. He's called for the personal foul. Sloppy pass there from the Lions. Will go out of bounds. And the La Salette Lions will have possession. Baparone in the corner. Spin move. Can't find anyone. Finally finds Mendoza at the free throw line. Father Carlo doesn't like what he sees. He's going to call a timeout and talk it over with the squad.
3:46 to play here. Just a 2-1 game. Been some good action, though. We've seen some terrific ball movement on both sides. Defense just playing a little bit better at the moment. Despite the lack of offense, I'd say not really a lot of complaints here.
Yeah, both teams definitely look pretty athletic. I mean, especially on the defensive end. You know, I mean, both teams can't really find any post action, any open looks. You know, if they do find an open look, they're working hard for it. The whole possession is really probably pretty tiring for both teams to do that every possession. So definitely a defensive matchup, and I think that could favor La Salette, as Jazik, Baparone, and Dudzik are really good defenders, as well as Mendoza.
Yeah, no lack of excellent defensive play on La Salette. Got to make sure they're scoring points, and so far they've only scored one.
Betts will hand it to Mendoza to start this possession, as Sick drives. Stopped out of bounds. La Salette possession.
Great drive there from Henry. That looked like a lot of contact on his arm. Guess that was all ball.
Henry goes to work, spins, dishes to Betts. Zach in no man's land gives it to Baparone on the top of the key. Henry. Zach trying to find a cross-court pass to Baparone, has it stripped and taken the other way. Corner look is open, gives it inside. Instead, he goes to work in an easy bucket for the Marshall Lions as they take an early 4-1 lead.
Yeah, just a beautiful find underneath, and Marshall using their size to finally score the first field goal of the game here.
Lassa just can't find anything on offense. Baparone drives on two people, forces up a shot, gets the roll. Baparone, despite having two defenders on him, somehow pulls it back and hits that jump shot.
Yeah, his ability to just stop on a dime, really demonstrating his athleticism. That's really his best shot.
Foul on the floor is called on La Salette. As Joseph will check back in for La Salette. And Ramy as well for Marshall. Sumner under the hoop, finally gets it in bounds. Does it, closes out the corner nicely, forced to pass it. And the Lions travel there on that pressure from the defense of La Salette. So definitely a good defensive possession for the Lions of La Salette Academy. Another just poor executed pass there as the backdoor cut was not open. Marshall's three, too strong. No one is there to box Cheesy out, and he gets an easy two.
Yeah, and I don't think you should be expecting Henry Sick to rebound over a much taller Marshall player. You need to have guys in the post who can get boards, and Henry Sick is not the guy for that job.
Yeah, I don't know the height of him, but I mean, just looking from here, he's probably 6'2", 6'3", somewhere around there. Henry's wild jump shot is off the mark. And she's there again for a rebound. Marshall definitely spreading the court well, looking for a three. They have it. Just short. Dudzik had the rebound, had it poked out, and Lions will remain.
Yeah, he got that board, and one of the Marshall players just took it in the face. Goes out of bounds, so he'll go to the bench.
James goes quickly up ahead. Pulls it out. Sets up the offense. Henry gives it to Vaperon. James showing off the dribbling. Drives, spins, puts it up. Way too strong. Blantyre's all alone for offensive rebound. Second chance coming up for La Salette.
Ball movement stagnating a little bit here. Marshall's all over that one.
Another bad pass is corralled by Marshall, so turnover is definitely a main issue going on right now for La Salette as Henry Allaire will check in.
Dudzik takes the bench in favor of Zach Mendoza.
.45 seconds to go here in the opening period. Marshall potentially looking for a 2-for-1 as they go to work quickly here. Corner look. He's giving up to the logo. Lions defense looking good on this possession as they finally force up a shot. Oh, and drains it. Nothing but net. What a pure shot from Marshall to get the score to 9-3.
Yeah, that one just about touched the moon, too. That was a beautiful shot.
10 seconds for La Salette offense go to work. James taking his time. Looks like he's doing a little isolation. Here we go. Vaperon drives, spins, nice to the defense. And travel's called on that spin move. La Salette will come out empty on that possession and just score 3 points in the period. Quick inbound for Marshall. That'll do it here in the first period. La Salette finds themselves in an early 9-3 hole.
I mean, to be honest, I don't have a problem with the game plan there at the end of the quarter and letting James just go to work on ISO, but I think if you're James, maybe the decision to drive straight into the paint, 3 Marshall defenders maybe wasn't the best. Maybe, I don't know, with his shooting ability, I feel like maybe just pulling up top of the key and firing up a 3 with 5 seconds to go would not have been a bad decision. But regardless, still going to the second quarters, 9-3. Large shortage of offense at the moment. Defense playing well, though.
Yeah, it's just, Lions are just trying to find their playmakers like Henry Sick and Vaperon. And, I mean, the Marshall Lions have done a great job blocking them down here in the first quarter. Usually by now we've seen Henry Sick make a couple threes, but certainly not the case here in this period, the opening period. But, yeah, just got to find your go-to guys, have them make some plays just to get some momentum, get the train rolling in here in a second.
And we've seen a lot of games recently of the JV squad scoring, 1, 2, 3 points in the first quarter, maybe not even scoring any. And then second quarter gets a little bit better, and then the second half they really get rolling. Hopefully they can get their 3 ball going. Henry Allaire checking into the game. He had 2 against Uni High a few days back.
Yeah, he could get going too. Should potentially look for that.
Allaire, not the best defender, but I think he's on the court because they really need offense at the moment.
Vaperon passes way too high, sails over the head of Zach Mendoza, and another turnover for La Salette's offense. That's how they'll start the second.
Henry immediately checks back in for Allaire.
Quick side out for Marshall after they dribbled off their foot. Last touch off Blantyre, though, as it was rolling out of bounds. Dish inside's not there, doesn't want it, kicks it back out. Goes to work, nearly and 1, but he'll have a trip to the line for 2 shots. Another tall player for Marshall. They definitely got some size. That's Jones. He's had a couple looks inside and finally has an opportunity at the line. First is good. Extends lead to 10-3 for Marshall. Two for 2 from the line. 8-point lead for the Lions of Marshall High School.
8 points might not seem like a lot, but it's right about now you finally got to figure out what your offensive game plan is going to be.
James with a reverse layup and finds their net. What a nice move from McBaperone. Hopefully giving Losslet a spark on the offensive end as they find their first bucket. James, another steal, puts it up, and a foul! McBaperone. 2 buckets in about 10 seconds as he looks for a 3-point play at the line.
Wow. That is sensational by McBaperone. And his face tells you everything.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Kawhi Leonard. I mean, he just makes the most sensational play you've seen in a while, and he just doesn't even crack a smile or show any emotion whatsoever.
Yeah, does not react.
Paparone drains this free throw. Cuts the lead to 4.
5 points in 10 seconds is quite incredible. And a travel called.
Father Carlisle is loving it for good reason.
3-point game thanks to James, and he's got a chance to tie it.
Paparone finds a curling Lantier. Gets it back at the wing. Sick has it now, looking to go to work on his defender. Gives it up to Lantier once again. Thomas picks up his dribble, took too many steps, called for a traveling violation, and Marshall will have possession.
Father Carlisle providing some instructions to his team.
Marshall back to the wing. Post look is way off. Bad around. Last touch off Salette. Yeah, considering Marshall has a couple pretty tall post players, they really haven't made too many shots inside the paint. So
yeah, and that might be thanks to James McBaperone.
Yeah, credit to Loslette's defense.
And they'll turn it right back over as James hands the ball to Marshall out of bounds as he was still standing on the baseline. Great play by James. And, yeah, as you said, the last shot that they missed, James had his hand all over that one. Blocked it from behind. So, James McBaperone is doing work at the moment.
Yeah, both on the offensive and defensive end for sure. Henry lines up a 3. It's good. Yeah! Henry's sick. Hits his first 3 of the game. There's a shooting from Salette as they drill their first 3, and this game is all tied at 11.
All tied up here, 11-11, 5:05 to play.
Marshall doesn't like it as they will call a timeout and talk it over. So what a great run Salette is on at the moment.
Love to see it when Henry Sick really gets going from 3. Change the landscape of a game in the blink of an eye. And as we were saying, really on point, it was 11-3. And I said, you got to start figuring out the offensive game plan. Just let James go to work and cuts the lead to 3. Henry Sick knocks him down from the corner. It's all tied up.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all Salette needed to do is get the ball to the hands of Sick and Paparone, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, just got to have your playmakers making plays, and good things happen.
Easier said than done, but, if you're really a go-to player, you'll make those kind of plays whenever it's needed.
Agreed, and Salette certainly has some good role players as well.
Salette's 3-man press almost pays off as Flaherty can't quite secure the steal. Marshall hops, kicks. 3 ball is almost shot. Pulls it out instead.
Had us all going there with the pump fake.
Joseph intercepts that. What an athletic play from Nicholas. Paparone up ahead. Drives. Stripped in the process. Out of bounds. Lost that possession. Paparone will inbound. Nicholas. Dribbling, gives it to his classmate Henry Sick at the top of the key. Drives, finds Sam. Joseph spins, fakes, puts it up.
Oh!
Joseph with a nice move inside. Finds a bucket. Lions take their first lead of the ball game.
Oh, and look at this.
Vaporone tracks it down for a steal.
Big time momentum shift.
Salette on an incredible run right now. Vaporone fades
Oh,
away
yeah.
and puts it in for two.
In his bag, James Agbaparone.
Timeout Marshall. What a run for Salette. They were down, I believe, 11-3, and they come
11-3.
storming back.
12-0 run for the Lions.
For JV basketball, that
Salette.
is pretty much unheard of.
Fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll tell you that.
Hopefully you're enjoying it as well at home. We certainly are here. So, yeah, just the playmakers, as we have said, just really doing their thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was James, and then it was Henry, and
But also Joseph stepping
now
up as
Nicholas
well.
Joseph taking his turn and going to work, not to be outdone by the other two. And really playing good team basketball at the moment as well, you know. Full court press forces a steal. That's going to give Nicholas Joseph his first points of the game.
Yeah,
So
going
go ahead.
Yeah, going into this game, I didn't really have any expectations. I've never watched Marshall. I don't think we've ever played them my time here, so I came into this game with no thoughts. But, you know, as I was watching the first period, I was like, oh, man, this team's really athletic. But the Lions did a great job of matching their athleticism in the second.
Yeah, and I think anytime you're a 1A school playing a 2A school, or really any just class just playing up, I think it's a good test. So even though we haven't seen the Lions play Marshall specifically, I think I was certainly coming into it with the anticipation of it being a good test, and it certainly has been to this point.
Marshall crosses the timeline, looks to set up their offense. Give it to the top of the key. Thinks about a three. This is the corner instead. No. Joseph goes flying, but luckily for him, Marshall pivoted their foot there. Call for travel. Sick. Looking for some help, finds Betts. Lob pass to Henry at the wing. Sick drives baseline, puts it up short. May have gotten a piece of that one as it was going up. Good defense from Marshall.
Yeah, ball movement coming out of the timeout just not quite as smooth, and they're going to come up empty-handed in their first possession after the timeout.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, on that possession, Salette didn't look like they were spreading the floor very well. There was only one person on the right side of the court. You know, that's definitely not going to help things. Marshall's look inside is closed off by Flaherty and Joseph as they will line up a three. Too strong. Joseph skies for the board.
Joseph and Flaherty doing an excellent job locking down the post position at the moment.
Yeah, just textbook defense is put your hands up, make yourself big, and make things hard for your opposing player. Vaporone hesitation. He is fouled on his drive inside. Vaporone trying to get Sam Flaherty to, you know, just be a little more effective on offense. But on defense, he's certainly done excellent.
Yeah, he's really had a big-time impact at the defensive end, but Dudzik going to come in. Sam Flaherty, just a first-year player, incredible athlete, just got to learn the system, and I think he's got great potential. Henry Sick gets denied, but a foul called.
Father Carlisle was loving that, and Sick will go to line for two. Yeah, back to Sam. I mean, this is just his first year at Salette. He's definitely, I don't know how much basketball he's played beforehand, but
His dad said he actually only started, I think, last year.
Wow. I mean, considering those two factors, he's definitely played really well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, like you said, definitely has potential in basketball and in rugby, too. He's probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest, kids at La Salette right now, as Henry can't hit a second.
Yeah, I think if you're, brand new player and you're new to the system and, haven't really found your offensive rhythm yet, then I think the best thing you can do is play hard defense, and that's what he's done. So, no complaints from Flaherty.
Dish inside from Marshall. Off the glass and in. Breaks their scoring drought. It's been a while since a Marshall bucket, but they got it there. Cuts the lead to 3. His father call a timeout.
Zach Mendoza's had a long rest on the bench. Not sure what that's a product of. Hopefully he can come back on the floor soon. I think if you're going to check out Flaherty or Dudzik, you probably need Zach Mendoza on the floor, as we saw there. Also got to keep Marshall out of transition a little bit more and kind of limit the big man play. But 2:05 here to go. Still a 3-point lead, La Salette.
Similar squad will go back onto the floor after the timeout. I believe Dudzik checked in. Henry calls out the offense and finds a backburn at the wing. James crosses over, picks up his dribble, finds Betts. Henry, all kinds of real estate to work with, gets it up, rolls off the front of the rim, no good. Marshall's there for the rebound. Marshall up ahead quickly, looking for a bucket inside, almost stolen. Spins, finds the wing. Cross-court pass to the corner. Nearly out of bounds, but Marshall gets it back again. Good pass fake there. Pass inside is D9, and Joseph has a steal. Great possession on the defensive end for La Salette. Bappron looking to drive. And head scratching past there as he passes it right to Jones. Goes to work inside.
Oh, great play there by Caleb Dudzik. James gets stolen from again.
Just slow it down. I mean, I understand you have 50 seconds in the period, but I mean, you could potentially get a 2-on-1 if you just slow it down and set up shop on your offense.
That's going to result in a shooting foul. Marshall going to head to the line, but I think that's a good take foul there by Henry. Denies an easy bucket, makes him work for it.
First one is good. Just a 2-point lead for La Salette, as Alaire will check in for the final 45 seconds. Second one is up and good again. 1-point lead for La Salette. Looking for a final bucket here in the half. Bappron's played pretty much every minute in this game. Dudzik's there, just short. Good look. Can't quite get it to go, as Marshall will have one last opportunity. Look inside. Dudzik is called for a foul on the floor. Third team foul as they went down under the hoop. Bappron will guard it with his back turned to him. Interesting. Cross-court pass is open there all day, but just an air ball. Marshall can't capitalize on all kinds of room in the corner. Offensive rebounds there. Bappron finally gets it as he's fouled with 4 seconds to go.
Wow, that is not the play if you're Marshall. Stops the clock, gives him an inbound. They can maybe find a clean look here.
I say we just give it to Henry and have him shoot.
Oh, my.
Bappron.
Oh, what?
An absolute bullet hits the backboard.
Maybe the...
And unfortunate
play of the year in
turn
a
of events.
negative way.
Marshall will have a last look at it.
Oh,
Three
nice
is up.
pass.
It's no good. Marshall's there for the rebound. It's up and good at the buzzer. Marshall takes a lead there. That's how we'll end this first half of action. Thank you so much for joining us. We look to give you the second half in just about 10 minutes. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the Coliseum for the second half of action. Lions just lost the lead the final seconds off a Marshall buzzer beater layup. Let's see how they respond here.
Great end of the second quarter. Regardless, though, playing much better than they did in the first. Driving side by Marshall, kicks it off. Nice pass. Off, rebounded well. Good side for Marshall underneath. Stuckley surveys. Kicks it out wide. Three's up. That one's no good. Well rebounded there by Marshall for a bucket.
Not the way you wanted it to open this half, certainly. I mean, you just got to find a way to match the momentum on the offensive end.
3-point lead here, 6:12 to go as Henry gets fouled. Lanthier is going to inbound. What?
Dangerous pass.
Questionable pass, yes, to Nicky Joseph. Nice pump fake by James, leaves it short.
I mean, definitely a great move, but if I'm like Vaperon, if I have that much room to work, I'm just taking it straight up for a layup. I'm not doing a fadeaway jump shot, but definitely a solid move, though.
It's all right. James has accounted for 9 of his team's 16, so, I mean, certainly some interesting moments during this game. But good spots as well. Nicky Joseph. Excellent defense. He's been doing work all night long.
Man, I can't wait to watch him next year. He's going to be quite the player.
Oh, my goodness. He might even be like, I mean, I would think he's probably top 6, top 7 in the rotation, to be honest.
Maybe. We'll see.
Lanthier travels again.
We apologize for any technical difficulties you may be experiencing with the stream. We'll try to get you back as soon as we can.
Give you a radio play-by-play as well so you don't miss any action. This is Stuckley. And the Norns trying to break the press. They do. Bring across the timeline. They're going to work. Playing pass, top of the key. Stuckley drives inside. He's hounded by James and Henry. Kicks it out. Wing. Thought about a 3 on the wing. Drives inside. Fadeaway, mid-range floater is up and good. That's an incredible shot with one hand to put the lead to 5 for Marshall.
Yeah, they're coming out of the halftime with some fire. I mean, 2 early straight buckets. Roslette's got to find a way to respond on offense.
Agbaperone drives in, pulls up, and hits. And like you said, Agbaperone, he's been doing this all night. 11 points for James.
It's a good chunk of Lions offense.
Every time they need a response, Marshall pulls up from the wing. That one rims out.
Go.
Lanthier kicks it ahead. Mendoza's got an open look in transition and misses. Nearly steals it. Big-time foul as 2 men go crashing on the floor.
You know, if Lions lose this one, he's going to be thinking about that. And quite honestly, even if Salette wins, he should still be thinking about that. Smoked layup. I mean, you just got to find a way. I mean, all the room in the world up ahead. You know, at the JV level, it's you got to start hitting those.
Mendoza certainly frustrated after that. It's a wide open layup. Got to hit those. Looks like we've got the stream back, albeit a bit grainy. Once again, apologize for any technical issues. As Flaherty's going to check back into the game, but a timeout called by Marshall.
Varsity matchup should be interesting as well, but JV just looked really good at the final minutes of the second quarter. And then the final 30 seconds, Marshall got a couple steals, couple buckets, and they're coming out of the locker room with some serious fire. Currently on a 3-0 run to start.
.422 to play. It's a 3-point lead. What do you think the messaging is here in this timeout from Coach Kunkel?
I mean, I think if I'm Coach Kunkel, I'm saying just slow the game down. Marshall is definitely more got more height. And I mean, if it's a fast-paced game, they definitely that could favor them as they got some post players for sure that could run the floor. So yeah, just slow it down, offense especially, and just get the ball to guys like Paparon and Sick, and really just set the offense. No need to rush, no need to panic with just a 3-point deficit. Just get into your offensive schemes and go to work.
Yeah, and let's not forget about Nicky Joseph. He's been pretty sensational. James, baseline drive, finds Joseph. Wild shot is off.
Lions have a couple missed opportunities that were pretty wide open. It's just got to find a way to knock those down, especially in a tight one like this.
Yeah, back-to-back missed opportunities. That is unfortunate. Going to work inside is Marshall. That layup is way off. Another one way off, but rebounding has been on point all night for the Lions of Marshall. And James with a steal. He's out ahead.
Oh, nice move.
Burns his man. Reverse. Oh, my goodness, and one of Paparone.
Oh, man, goes coast to coast. Beats his defender and lays up a reverse and gets it to go. And a foul. What a play from Paparone.
13 points on the night, trying to make it 14.
He's done it all for Salette.
Oh, what an incredible play out in transition by James.
Got 66% of the points for Salette. Definitely some good stuff.
And he has knocked them down from the free throw line excellently all year. It's been a struggle for this whole squad, but James doesn't seem to be affected by that at all. Stuckley.
Buckle up. It's going to be a tight one. I'm tied at 21.
Wing three on the way, and Butter bottoms out on that one.
You know, I'm a little confused. I mean, Marshall, they drained their first three of the game, and after that, they really didn't go back to that. I'm kind of confused why they didn't do that sooner as they hit another one.
Floater up from Henry. That one's a bit flat. Hits the back iron. Yeah, Marshall certainly has a lot of three-point ability. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to that. They do.
Oh, man, that's got to be something, right? Yeah, there we go. I saw Joseph just fly across the court. Thought something had to be going on there. Ref saw it. Well, Marshall's called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, that one's going to be on Sumner. A bit too much contact there on Joseph. Allaire in, and Henry sick. Going to take a seat. Main playmakers both taking a rest.
James is getting a stern talking to from Father Carlisle. Even though has 14 points, I'm sure Father's just trying to get Vaporone to just do a little more. You know, Father Carlisle knows. Well, I mean, he knows how athletic James is. You know, he's probably seen something we're not. But
yeah, and I hate to say it, but James has 67% of his team's points. Allaire fires it up. Oh!
Yeah,
bottoms out and hits! Henry Allaire with the accuracy.
Absolutely drills a three. First shot of the game, no hesitation off the bench. Immediate impact from Henry. Wow.
He puts his heart and soul into those ones, but his accuracy is on point.
I mean, if he could just hit a growth spurt, maybe get a little bigger, and
put on a little bit of muscle and
improve defensively, I mean, he could turn into a really solid ball player. I mean, not that he already is. It's just he's really trying to. I mean, he's got to develop outside his 3-point shooting, but it's definitely his trademark.
But it's certainly going to get him minutes if you can shoot the three ball like he can.
Yeah, it's been working all season.
Drive inside. Flaherty, nice board. Allaire gets stolen immediately. Don't really want Allaire handling the ball. Jump ball called. That'll favor Salette.
And you know, when you sub out guys like Vaporone and Sick, and you put both those guys on the bench at the same time, you really lose the dribbling ability. I mean, no offense to Thomas St. or Henry Allaire, I don't think they're the greatest dribblers. And, you know, definitely if you have both those guys off the court, you can have some troubles taking care of the basketball. But that's probably why Fowler checked in Henry sick.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Obviously, Lanthier is specialties defense, and Allaire, the three-point abilities. Probably don't want them handling too much.
Thomas is pretty good at dribbling.
Yeah, he's not bad at all.
Yeah, not that they're bad dribblers. I just would rather have the Vaporone and Sick handling it.
And Father Carlisle, after Allaire turned that over, Father Carlisle said, "You're a freshman. You need to be strong." That cracked me up a bit.
He's got a point.
He does indeed. Marshall gets it across the timeline. Feed inside. He'll go to work on Flaherty off the glass. Nothing doing. Flaherty is a tall man. Marshall resets. Wing 3 on the way. Rims out. Out of bounds off Sam.
I'm not quite sure why Sam's tipping that. I mean, just grab it, come down with it. If you tip it, it could go out of bounds. You could have Marshall track it down for a rebound. That was a fast pass. Marshall turns it over there.
Couldn't hang on. Tie ball game. 1:21 to go. Sick. Gets a screen. Works inside. Layup. Way off. Marshall out in transition. That's Stuckley. Tries to burn Betts. Can't. Misses on the jumper. Out of bounds. I believe that's off Nick Betts.
Varsity has really struggled rebounding of late, especially on the defensive end. Just got to really just get around your man and just try to find a way to get a board.
Deep inbound.
I think Marshall's just doing a really good job of boxing out.
They are, but not doing the best job passing, and they throw that one directly out of bounds. A layer to Sick.
50 seconds to go in third.
Want to see Henry Sick take a shot here.
Or Lair, give him the ball. There we go. Shoot it.
A layer from the corner. No hesitation. That one's short.
He's certainly streaky, though. I mean, we saw him in the uni game, make 2, then miss 3 in a row. But,
I believe it was 4, actually. But, yeah, I mean,
when he's hot, he's hot.
Certainly like the confidence. Maybe just not take those shots that aren't, the best look. Be just a little bit twitchy on the trigger finger, but 28 seconds to go. It's a tie ball game at 24 apiece. Coach Kunkel going to the drawing board.
Yeah, 24-24 going in the fourth is definitely, a game like this, you don't have any margin for error if it's this tight. One mistake could drastically swing the momentum of the ball game, and really, the other team could have an upper hand. So, got to be on your A game here in the fourth. But you got to finish out the third strong as well.
Been a fun one here tonight. Defense has played really well. James Igbaparone has lit it up offensively. Got some help along the way. Alaire's going to check back in. Nick Betts, Flaherty, Nicky Joe, Henry Sick. Henry gets the deep inbound.
Young squad on the court right now for La Salette. Just one sophomore, the rest are freshmen.
Shows the confidence the coaches have in these young guys. Henry's working on ISO. Stuckley tips it.
Looking for the last shot.
Henry drive inside. Tries to pull up. That's a lot of contact as he charges inside and gets decked. 7 seconds to play.
That's the fourth team foul. Or excuse me, that's the fifth, I believe. And La Salette will head to the line as they are in the bonus. So yeah, in case you didn't know, 5 team fouls in a quarter results in the other team being in the bonus, meaning anytime they are fouled, they will go to the free throw line, regardless if it's on the floor or shooting.
So excellent play there by Henry Sick, drawing the foul right at the end. That's honestly, that's the best way to beat the buzzer. Certainly the safest, and he knocks down both. Stuckley, 6 seconds. Deep three on the way, an air ball. So a 2-point game heading into the fourth. La Salette reclaims the lead.
Yeah, tie one.
This is going to be a fun fourth quarter as we get all set for the varsity matchup tonight. Should be coming your direction. bit before 7:30, I would think. So 7 minutes for the Lions to close it out. Would be surprised if James doesn't play a bit here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he took a long rest. I'm interested to see what squad Father Carlisle sends out to start the fourth. And it looks like it's going to be the exact same 5. Interesting. Paparone. I don't know if it's an attitude thing. I know after his little chat with Father, he got sat down for a while. I wonder if that's a factor.
Yeah, he certainly had some uncharacteristic mistakes as well. Obviously, 14 points, and can't really complain too much. But Father Carlisle, it's all about development and your attitude and mentality, and being coachable at this stage. JV doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, he's a competitive kid, and a lot of emotion when he plays, which is definitely a good thing. I mean, it can be a good thing or a bad thing, for sure.
Yeah, certainly. I mean,
you just got to channel that anger and emotion to, be aggressive in scoring, which he definitely has done.
Henry nearly gets the end one, but the foul is on the floor after an excellent drive. I am loving Henry Sick having the ball in his hands. It is working beautifully. Bad pass there by Allaire. Saved by Henry. Allaire takes a step.
Allaire getting lots of playing time in the second half.
Lots of trust in his three-point ability. And
oh, yeah!
Oh, my goodness, Allaire! Bottoms out on another one. 5-point game, 6:22 to go.
Man, every time he makes it, it is pure. Like
nothing but net.
He swishes it so well, it doesn't even hit the rim.
Working inside on Nicky Joe.
Got a rebound, guys. Come on.
Lots of good defense as they're denying shots, but they can't rebound. Another missed attempt. Henry finally saves it. Jump ball, going to favor La Salette.
Catch a huge break there with a possession arrow.
Yeah, not a lot of rebounding happening for La Salette at the moment.
Yeah, I say we give the ball back to Henry. Allaire, see if he can make 2 in a row. No one's guarding him for Marshall for some weird reason. He's all alone in the corner. He's been making them pay. Drains 2. Big-time threes.
Flaherty thought about a 3. Gives it up. That's tipped. Going to stay with the Lions.
There we go. Vaparon will check back in as well as Mendoza.
Zach Mendoza hasn't really played in a long time. Maybe he felt a bit shaken up.
Maybe Father was just trying to give Vaparon a big rest going into the fourth.
He'll obviously be playing some varsity minutes tonight for sure. Allaire finds Sick. Floater is pure. Nice. He's been working on that shot, and when he's feeling it, look out.
Torched his defender, and quite frankly, not the best pass from Allaire, but despite all that, that's a nice floater.
James blocks it, but he's called for a foul.
And Father Carlisle is probably the most vocal coach I've ever played for and ever heard, which is definitely a great quality of a coach for sure.
Yeah, and he's grilling his players at the moment.
I mean, his uncle Rick Carlisle is definitely the same way, so I guess it just runs in the family, I suppose.
Still a 7-point game here, 5-17. Can't hit either one. Zach gets a rebound, and James gives it up to Sick. Allaire. Floater. He gets clocked, but no call. Marshall drive. Oh, that's a travel.
Lions defense just stifling the start and really blew this lead to 7. thanks to Allaire and other, of course, but, you know, kudos to the Los Lettes defense for sure.
Allaire, yeah, obviously defense is doing work right now. Only complaint is the rebounding hasn't exactly been sensational. They're looking to close it out the right way, though. Lanthier gives it up. Flaherty. Bopperone handles. He's got 14.
That's not the place to pick up your dribble, though.
No, certainly some interesting decisions by James as Henry forces up a layup. That is not the best
Yeah, maybe kick
shot
that
look.
up for a three, especially when you guys got, shooters like Bopperone on the court. Oh,
Wild pass. Smacks into the bleachers.
yeah, Marshall's offense just seems to be very streaky. I mean, they'll have a stretch where they'll score 8 straight, and then they'll turn it over 3 possessions in a row, which is really unpredictable.
Yeah, the runs in this game have been wild for a JV matchup. I mean, it was 11-3, then it was 16-11, and Marshall took the lead again, then lost a lot. I mean, so many lead changes. It's really a question of, who's got that clutch gene and who's going to close it out the right way. 4-13. Dangerous passing.
We just need to settle. Why are we being so frantic on offense right now?
Yeah, I'm not sure why we're rushing it so much. As
Settle
James
the offense.
goes to ground. Good sportsmanship there.
You're up by 7 with 4 minutes. Just breathe. Slow down. Set it up. Give me that.
Oh, yeah, nice play by Joe. Oh, yeah, he pays it off. Nicholas Joseph.
Looking like Jalen Ramsey in coverage, and then looking like SGA afterwards. Great play from Nicholas Joseph.
He's been amazing. And a nice play there by Marshall. Henry sick. His team's up 7, 3:40. Lanthier's wide open. He'll take it. Oh, yeah! Thomas Lanthier!
No hesitation, drills a 3. Great shot from Lanthier.
Excellent development in that department. I did not look for him to be a three-point shooter, but
I've been telling you, Tommy, you can shoot.
no hesitation. Pushes the lead to 10. Excellent stuff from Lanthier.
Yeah, I mean, the shooting, right, for Los Lettes in this game has definitely been good. And,
Henry steals it. Going the other way. Can't finish. James can't finish either. Ball is being batted around, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, back to the shooting thing, though. I was expecting guys like Henry Sick and Bopperone to hit the threes, but no. I mean, Lanthier and Allaire really stepped up in that regard.
I mean, Henry certainly hit some shots. He's got at least 1 3, maybe 2. I'm not sure. Henry on cue strips it. Sumner. Henry kicks it with 2:43 to play. Father Carlisle calls a full timeout. Salette looking like they're going to close this one out the right way, and it has been fun to watch.
Yeah, good job, Salette in the most important minutes of the game. Really, I mean, just coming to play and just swinging the momentum back in their favor and just keeping their foot on the gas and blooming this lead up.
Yeah, it's been really good team basketball. Guys are knocking down shots, and really no hesitation, to be honest.
Yeah, this week is really a test for Los Salette. They're going to play really 3 solid teams. And Marshall, Paris, and Champion Centennial. We'll have Centennial for you Friday and Paris Saturday.
Yeah, hopefully the varsity comes to play tonight. Love to see a big win over a 2A school here in the Coliseum.
Yeah, Los Salette really struggling to beat more competent 3A, 2A schools this year. Definitely a big test.
That three's off, but still struggling to rebound. Marshall pulls up. Air ball's on the mid-range. They know it's time for some frantic shots. Stuckley gives it up. Beyond Avdia. And Stuckley playing catch. Stolen by Henry. That's an athletic play, but he gets tied up. Going to favor Marshall, 2:04. Sense of urgency certainly ramping up for the Lions of Marshall. Nicky Joe steals it again. He's been doing that all night long.
He's a little shaken up, though, after that steal. Maybe hamstring issue.
Yeah. Hopefully he's okay. Sick gets fouled. Betts on the court for Flaherty. Nicky Joe sits down. Both Betts is on the court. Sick going to be looking to slow this one down. He drives inside. Lofts one up. That's off. Mendoza can't get the rebound.
I'm not quite sure why we're driving, straight to the paint very quickly. Not the time to do that.
Maybe saw an open look and just couldn't finish it. Pass inside, stolen by Luke Betts. And he'll nearly turn it over, but saved by Nick. Father Carlisle telling him to calm down. Where is he going?
I am likewise wondering that, too.
Yes. James
Nice
dumps it off, and Mendoza gets denied.
Goodness gracious, that was quite the rejection.
Long two on the way. No good. Rebounded again. Can't finish once more. Henry slows it down.
Yeah, good job from Mendoza when getting that rebound, just looking for the point guard, slowing it down, finding your playmaker instead of just running up the court and you're up by 10 with a minute to go. Great job from Zach.
James gets fouled. Salette looking like they're going to take this one home. They close it out excellently. Go on a huge run here in the fourth quarter. They're up 10 with 25 seconds.
Just great offensive performance for Salette. I mean, knocking down threes, finding open looks inside. Great team basketball, and really proving themselves against a larger school. Varsity looking to follow suit around 25 minutes.
Zach shoots a three. That's well off. Interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap things up here in the JV. Varsity should be coming your way, tentatively about 15 minutes. And hope to see you then. If not, thank you so much. You guys have a great night.
Thank you.